Andy Burnham is set to become Britain's next Prime Minister after securing the backing needed to lead the Labour Party. He'll be formally confirmed as the party's chief tomorrow before taking over from Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Monday. The former Greater Manchester Mayor's first days in office will be a test of his promise to drive growth beyond London. And for more, we're joined by Olly Barratt, reporting live for CNA from London. And Olly, Andy Burnham has built his reputation on regenerating Greater Manchester. What can we expect from his agenda?
Yeah, it's often called Manchesterism, and we're told he'll be bringing Manchesterism to London. And a big part of that has been in Manchester around house building, regenerating town and city centres, taking things into public ownership where possible, like buses when it came to Manchester. And we expect him to try and replicate that with various different types of utilities and companies which he says can be brought back from private ownership into the public realm. That will be very difficult to do without it being hugely expensive. But of course, running Manchester is very different from running a country. And his critics say that actually he's been pretty vague about what his policy platform will look like. His critics also say he'll put up taxes. He has talked already about not wanting to squeeze working people any further than they're already being squeezed, but also saying that some people might at some point be asked to do a little bit more when it comes to tax. But as I say, his critics do insist that he's been fairly vague so far about what his national platform will actually look like when he gets in to Downing Street, and that will take place on Monday. And so at that point, when he starts to fill his cabinet posts, we should fairly quickly get a sense at least of where he intends to try and take the country.
And as Mr. Burnham prepares to take office, what are some of the biggest challenges he faces now?
He's got a very difficult in-tray indeed. One of the major challenges is around the economy and, crucially, growth, or the lack thereof. A series of UK Prime Ministers now have found it very difficult to get growth into the economy, and that will be one of his key challenges, particularly with the constraints that the UK economy has around it at the moment. Very high levels of debt, very high levels of taxation as well, historically. International challenges too. What will he do with the relationship with China, for example? Keir Starmer's tried to improve it, tried to boost it, tried to get more business being done between the two countries while being cognizant of some of the concerns that some have around national security issues and human rights and so forth. Also, the European Union trying to boost ties with Brussels in a way that doesn't get too much flack from those Brexiteers who believe that the Labour Party is trying to take the UK back into the European Union at some point in the future. His predecessors, many of them have been derailed by events. COVID, the war in Ukraine, the war in Iran, that kind of thing. Andy Burnham will hope to get lucky and be able to deliver the kind of platform that he hopes can be of benefit, particularly for working people. But he will also hope that he doesn't find himself derailed by international events in the same way that some of his predecessors have been.
Olly, thank you for that update. There was Olly Barratt reporting live for CNA from London.